Live from the CSI Sports and Recreation Center at the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet is proud to welcome you to coverage of College of Staten Island women's volleyball. Tonight, the CSI Dolphins take on the City College of New York Beavers as part of CUNYAC Conference play. Hello, everybody. I'm David Pizzuto here tonight on CSI Sportsnet, getting set to bring you another exciting women's volleyball matchup within the CUNY Conference as the Dolphins entertain the Beavers of CCNY. The Dolphins come into tonight's matchup with a record of 2 wins and 4 losses overall, but more importantly, they are an 0-3 in the CUNY Athletic Conference, and they are looking to snap that losing streak here tonight against the Beavers. They need a big win in conference play. As for CCNY, they come into today's game with a record of 2-8 overall, 1-2 in the CUNY Athletic Conference, but perhaps most importantly is that CCNY started the season out 0-8, and they've won their last 2. CSI started the season 2-1 and have since lost 3 in a row. So these are 2 teams going in opposite directions. We'll see if CSI can upset the apple cart here and get back in the win column. CSI's last win was back on September 10th. So a week ago tonight, they beat Purchase on the road 3-0, and they improved to 2-1. But since then, the Dolphins dropping a doubleheader in CUNY on Saturday against John Jay College 3-1, and then they fell to Brooklyn 3-0 that very same afternoon. And then Tuesday night, a game that we brought you right here on CSI Sportsnet, the Dolphins dropped a 3-0 decision to Lehman College. The final scores of that game, 25-16, 25-19, and 25-22. CSI in that match against Lehman took a lead in the first set, 12-10, but it was the last lead they would have. Lehman College ended that first game on a 13-4 run and then kind of never looked back. Speaking of Lehman, CCNY has played Lehman, so that is a common opponent for these teams. CCNY was able to take a game against Lehman 25-21, and then they proceeded to lose 25-18, 25-21, and 25-17. So that sets the stage for a game tonight that pits 2 evenly matched opponents, at least according to common opponents. They do have one other common opponent between them, and that is Yeshiva University. Now here's the interesting thing. Back on September 1st, CCNY lost their opener to Yeshiva 3-1. CCNY took the first game by 10 points, but then Yeshiva won 25-20, 25-17, and 25-15 to give CCNY their first loss of the season. 1 week later here at CSI, the Dolphins defeated the same Yeshiva team that beat CCNY by a score of 3-1. They dropped the first game, and then they won 3 straight in what was CSI's home opener. So again, 2 common opponents. The Dolphins 1-1 against them, CCNY having dropped both against common opponents. But we did mention that CCNY comes into today's game on a 2-game win streak. They defeated Albertus Magnus College 3-1 on September 12th. They won the first set, lost the second, and then won the third and fourth sets by just 2 points, 25-23 and 26-24. So a very evenly matched game that CCNY won, a very gritty win. And then in their last matchup on Tuesday, CCNY defeated Medgar Evers 3-0, 25-10, 25-15, and 25-18. CCNY going in a positive direction after a very rough 0-8 start. Meanwhile, the CSI Dolphins, like we mentioned, on that 3-game losing streak, they come in with a record of 2-4, but they're playing a team that they defeated last year on November 2nd, very late in the season. It was not a conference game when these 2 teams met last year in November. It was a part of the New Jersey City University volleyball tournament where CSI was able to take a 3-1 win. The 2 teams met early last season as well. That was the game that counted towards the CUNY standings, and CCNY won the game 3-1. So very interesting, the matchup between these 2 teams. Again, last year they met twice. They split those meetings. Common opponents they've done similarly against, and of course the Dolphins in serious need of a win here as at the end of this game, they will only have 4 more games in the conference to play, and a couple of those games are against teams that are undefeated this season. Hunter is at 3-0. Baruch is at 2-0. CSI still has to play those two teams. They'll also have to play York College, which has a record of 1-2, but they beat CSI last year. And they also play Medgar Evers College right now, with whom they are tied for the 8th and final spot in the playoffs. Both of those teams are 0-3. So the Dolphins have a little bit of a tough road ahead of them after this game, and they need some wins badly here in the CUNY standings. Speaking of the standings, let's take a quick look at those. Hunter is at 3-0 this season. Baruch and Brooklyn follow 1 half game behind at 2-0. Essentially a 3-team heat there right at the top. In 4th place is Lehman, the team that CSI lost to on Tuesday. They're with a record of 2-1. If the playoffs were tomorrow, John Jay would be the number 5 team. CCNY, the team we're seeing today, would be number 6, and York number 7. They all have 1-2 records. And then on the outside looking in, CSI and Medgar Evers both at 0-3. Now remember, there are 9 teams in the conference. 8 of the teams make the playoffs. So really all you have to do is avoid that last place faring to make the playoffs. But even still, if you make the playoffs, you certainly don't want to go up against the number 1 or number 2 seeds in their home building. So if you're the Dolphins, you'd really like to end up in that 4, 5, 6 area. If they can get up to number 3, that'd be terrific. But that's going to take a little bit of doing. But the Dolphins, have that chance. They have 5 games in front of them, 2 against powerhouses, and the other 3 they have to think are winnable games, and that starts here against CCNY. So speaking about that game on Tuesday, the Dolphins got some good all-around performances, and one of the highlights in that game was a freshman, Rosemarie Gonzalez, had a lot of action in that game. She had tied, I think, a career high with 4 kills in that game, but she tied Selma Kolinovich and Siobhan Granich with 4 kills apiece in that game, and it ran her up to 17 kills this season. Now she has a hitting percentage of -111, which is not terrific, but she's really starting to turn things around. And the key for the Dolphins as well this season has been the service that they have had. They have 76 service aces this season. That's 3.8 per game. So they're getting almost 4 points per game via the serve, and that's a really good mark. Now, the downside of that is that they've also committed 57 receiving errors as well. So they give up a lot of service aces, 57 on the season. But that's something that we're going to keep our eye on, because one of the things that CCNY does very well is they serve well. They have 79 service aces as well. They're averaging about 1 ace per game less than the Dolphins. Remember, they've played 4 more matches than the Dolphins. But here's the thing with CCNY. They are victims of the ace. They've committed 123 receiving errors this season, and opponents of the Beavers are averaging 3.5 service aces per game. So if there's an area of this game that CSI needs to take advantage of, it's behind the line before the play even starts at the service area as well. Of course, the player to do that for the Dolphins this season has been Brittany Minondo. She has 27 aces this season, and she also leads the team as the primary setter with 84 assists this year. Defensively for the Dolphins in the back line, of course, Victoria Wong, the libero player who wears the opposite color jersey. She has 59 digs this season, easily leads the team. Next in line there is Selma Kolinovich, who has 37 as well. We are in the final minute of warm-ups here. So what we are going to do is we are going to take a look at the starting lineup. So we will give way to the public address system here at the College of Staten Island as they announce tonight's starters that you'll hear over the PA. And then we'll break for our national anthem, and we'll get you ready here for opening serve between CSI and CCNY. maybe we'll add that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are starters for your CSI Dolphins. A 5-piece team from Brooklyn, New York. Number 1, a 5-piece team from Staten Island, New York. Number 2, Selma, Illinois.
You know, they lost to Yeshiva, but they also took a game off Lehman, and all the scores were very close, and they just played them this weekend. So it'll be pretty even. We split with them last year. You want to do the
Number 11.
by yourself?
That would be an ugly broadcast.
Number 12, Sandy Mila. Number 10, Victoria Wong.
And welcome back here to the Sports and Rec Center, where CSI is moments away from tip-off against the CCNY Beavers, as we have CUNYAC action right here live from the CSI Sports and Recreation Center. Once again, our record, CSI comes in with a record of 2-4 overall, 0-3 within the conference. Here at home, they are 1-1 this season. For CCNY, 2-8 overall, 1-2 in the conference. They too are 1-1 away from in away sites. When they're away from the Nat Holman Gymnasium, they are a combined 1-4. That, of course, puts into play neutral site games as well. So the Dolphins are obviously in their home whites. They're on the right side of your screen. CCNY in their road black uniforms with purple trim. They are on the left side of your screen. And we expect to see a good one here. These two teams split last year, one match apiece. CCNY beat the Dolphins 3-1. The Dolphins beat CSI 3-1. So very similar these two teams were last year. And of course, two common opponents. CCNY lost to Yeshiva. CSI beat Yeshiva. And they both played Lehman College. Both teams lost to Lehman, but CCNY's scores were closer, and they were able to take a game off of Lehman. CSI lost in straight sets. CSI will have the opening service of the game, and it will be Brittany Menando, one of the best servers in the CUNY, and of course the best on the Dolphins team. CCNY gets it going, and the first attack is in there for a kill. And doing the honors was Yan Yu, Brooklyn, New York junior for the Beavers. And getting set to serve is Cassidy Iannariello. Get you a lot more in the way of CCNY stats as our broadcast moves on. Menando the set to Reyes, and Reyes' attack is in the net, so the Beavers quickly up 2-0. But taking a quick look at the Beavers this season, Angela Ubanwa with 68 kills leads the team. Bridget Bozer next in line with 30, and Pu Yan Yu, who had the first kill of the game, has 17. CSI managing to get that one over. And we see another attack from the right side. That one dug out by the Dolphins. Nataro put one over for CSI, returned well by the Beavers. Another chance for Reyes, dug out once again cleanly. And now we're going to have a whistle as the ball was touched twice on the fingertips of CCNY. So the Dolphins get their first point via the ball handling error. And Kolonovich will be our server. Rosa Marie Gonzalez, who we mentioned in the pregame, played very well against Lehman. She is in the game. She replaces Mila, who gets her first start. Yu with the kill, and she puts it right in front of Wong for her second kill in as many attempts. So nice job by Yu, and a great service, or a set, I should say, by Iannariello, the freshman setter, who is from St. Joseph by the Sea High School right here on Staten Island. Short serve is almost returned by the Dolphins, but Reyes put it into the net, and now the Beavers are up 4-1. One thing that has really hurt the Dolphins in their games this season is that they haven't gotten off to good starts this year, and Head coach Juan Lopez telling us that he wants his team to get off to a quick start. Gonzalez with the kill attempt, and that will go home for a kill. As able to dig it out was Quisby initially, but it was too strong, and it traveled out of bounds. So 4-2, and Victoria Wong in the third position will serve for Staten Island. And she'll be stuck serving in that position for the duration of this game. And CSI's got their first ace, as that one went off of Quisby and out of play. So that's been the Dolphins' calling card all year long. Their aces, they average 3.8 per game, almost 4 points per set. Low line driver once again, played up and over. Ayadure got it over for the Beavers, and now in a kill attempt for Greenwich is returned by CCNY. Nice dig by Wong. Gonzalez, too strong, out past the end line. Rosa Marie, the freshman, with 83 kill attempts this season. She does have 27 errors, but kind of finding her way for the Dolphins. Dug out by Reyes after the serve, and Greenwich cannot return well. And ball given back to CCNY as they have themselves a 6-3 lead over Staten Island. Puyan Yu will service here. We have a little bit of a timeout whistled by the officials, but now we are back in play. Yu from the left side serving. Menando sets up Reyes. Easy dig out there and return right back. Another nice dig. And up, but unable to connect was Chechik from FDR High School, and now Reyes will have her chance to serve. CSI down by 2, 6-4. Reyes, long serve, and it does go out. That was about 8 inches out of play. So the Dolphins, who have 77 aces this season, now have 47 serve errors. And that one is dropped right in front of the back line. Nice setup attempt here by Gonzalez. Quisby was able to get a hand on it, but that will be out, and Gonzalez gets another kill for the Dolphins. And CSI will have the side out once again, as Sandy Mila will return for the Dolphins, replacing Gonzalez as Mila plays that back line. And she will serve. Low line drive serve, a good one. Put up in the air. Ayana Rielos with the setup, and the kill brought home by Chechik. She's a 5'9" junior middle player for the Beavers, and now she will serve as well. So 8-5 is our score. CCNY with the lead. Their biggest lead has been 3. That's where they stand now. And that one is going to be an ace for CCNY. And for Chechik, that is only her 3rd ace of the season. She's had very limited duty. She's only played in 4 sets. This is only the 5th set played all year long. Just getting into the lineup. Menando with a long service to Kolanovic, who buries that one on the back line. And the Dolphins cut the lead now to 3 and will have the serve. Siobhan Greenwich will do the honors. Greenwich this season, 3 aces, 7 errors behind the line. Big spot here for the Dolphins, looking to cut into this lead. A good serve on the back line. Ayana Riello is able to put that one over the net. And now a back line attack for CSI, dug out nicely by Chechik. And there is a kill attempt for CCNY, returned with ease. Nataro's going to have a turn at it, and she finds some real estate and gets it in front of the outstretched Quisby for another point. So the Dolphins have now cut the Beavers' lead to 2. Greenwich gets into that one. And a nice, that will be a count as a service ace for Greenwich as she put one right in front of the back line. It was kind of low and dipping in. And the Dolphins have cut the lead to 1. This has kind of been their MO the entire season, fall behind early and kind of claw their way back. Let's see if they can come all the way back here and get themselves locked up. Greenwich. And there's another service ace back-to-back for Greenwich, who only had 3 coming into this game, and now she's picked up 2 aces in a row. The Dolphins have now scored the last 4 points, and they have tied the game at 9. From the right side now, Greenwich steps in. Quisby is able to bump it up. Ayana Riello. And there is a backline attack by Bozer. CSI able to return. Chechik bumps it up, and unable to get to it is Ayana Riello. And the Dolphins have themselves their first lead of the match. It's 10-9. They have scored 5 straight points. Greenwich this time sets up from the left side, and she puts that one into the net, unfortunately, so a little bit of momentum lost there for the Dolphins as we're back at square one. 10-10 is our score. And we have the libero, Vera Lucia Quisby, ready to serve for City College. On the back line, Reyes, Manando, and now Reyes will get it back, and she's able to get that one up and over. Dug out well. Bozer with a lazy kill, but it did find space right in front of Reyes, and that'll be a kill for Bridget Bozer. New Hartford, New York High School. She is a junior. Backline, Quisby serve, return, and Kolanovic steps into one. Nicely dug out by Chechik. Wong now is able to dig one out. Nataro, opposite way, dug out by Bozer. Yu could not get that one over. So a kill error for Yan Yu, and we're back at square one again, 11-11. In case you joined us late, CSI on a 6-2 run to tie the score at 11 here in the opening set. Nice setup there. Yu is able to pop that one over. Dolphins keep it alive and over. Quisby, Ayana Riello, and now Bozer with an attempt. Back line, and that one probably could have been let go by Mila. It was traveling out, but Mila offered at it and got a piece and not enough of it. So the Beavers back up by 1. Cassidy, Ayana Riello, 5'6" setter, freshman from Staten Island, New York. One of 2 Staten Islanders on this Beavers roster. Manando, the setup for Kolanovic, tipped by CCNY and out of play. So another kill for Selma. She has the team lead this season with 36. That includes the 2 she has tonight. Rosamarie Gonzalez returns for the Dolphins. And Kolanovic, after the kill, gets a chance to serve. Kolanovic this season, 14 aces, 7 errors. And Vanessa Reyes can't connect with that one, and lead goes back to the Beavers. Reyes this season, 18 kills, 30 errors, 98 attempts coming into this game. Beavers with a 1-point lead and a serve error that time by Bozer. So the teams trade points via errors. And we've been tied 10-all, 11-all, 12-all, and now 13-all. Wong looking to break the tie. Bozer returns back line. Ayana Riello quickly back in play. Caught the Dolphins off guard and found a lot of room in front of Wong. And the Beavers once again have a 1-point lead. Returned and over for CSI after the serve. CCNY looking to do something with this one. Dug out by Manando. Gonzalez with a long kill, and that one's in play. And Gonzalez has another kill. Dolphins doing a good job of keeping the balls in play. When they have attacked, they haven't hit too many over the line, so that's a good sign. Reyes will be the server, one of the better servers on this team, as she sends a line driver, and that's going to be an ace for the Dolphins. Nice job by Reyes. She has a very strong serve. Reyes came into this game 17 aces and 8 errors. So it's better than a 2-to-1 ratio there. And there's one that's going to go long, and that one's close, but it's actually on the line and in. Nice call by the lines judge, and it was confirmed by the head official. I thought that was going to be traveling far, but instead it stayed in. Great call, and the Dolphins now have their first 2-point lead of the evening, 16-14. NCAA volleyball, 25 points to win. You got to win by 2, and it's a best-of-5 scenario. That one promptly hit right over. See if the Dolphins can use it. Gonzalez is able to hit the tape, and it dribbles over. That's a kill. Maybe not the prettiest one, but it counts. And the Dolphins have their first 3-point lead of the game. And CCNY will call for a timeout. Daliana Toussaint, the head coach of CCNY, wants to talk it over. At one point, the Beavers were up 9-5. Since then, the Dolphins on a 12-5 run. I know. It might be on my desk. In between games, you want to send somebody up. 17-14 is our score. The Dolphins have the lead on a nice little run here. 12-5. Dolphins at 0-3 in the conference. CCNY at 1-2, but this is a big swing game in the standings. It looks like if things play out the way we anticipate them to play out, there's going to be a big logjam between 4th and 8th place in this conference. We're talking about teams like Lehman, John Jay, CCNY, York, and Staten Island all battling for that 4 seed. And, of course, the thing of note in the conference is that the top 4 seeds that finish all get first-round home games. So that's a big carrot to dangle. Reyes' serve does go over. CCNY able to play it. Short kill attempt, and it hits the iron and out of play. Reyes did well to try and offer at it, but Bozer recognized the space and took advantage. 17-15 is our score. Ayudarai had the service, and that one popped right back up by CCNY. Nice job by both teams in front of the net, and CSI with an error on the passing attempt between Manando and Reyes. And now their 3-point lead is down to 1, 17-16. Ayudarai from Queens, New York, Grover Cleveland High School. Service once more. Now Granish with one of her first kills attempt of the game, and it does drop in there right on the paint. It's a big-time kill by Siobhan Granish, who has that power to go across court. Granish came into the game as CSI's best hitter as far as attack percentage, .079, leading the team in that area. She just picked up her 35th kill, and we're going to have a ball handling error by number 4, Cassidy Ayanariello, on the assist attempt, and now she's going to be taken out of the game for Mag Zamzam. Zamzam, a sophomore from Cairo, Egypt, and she's going to earn the set attempt here. CCNY able to swing it over. Dolphins have to get it over. They do. Nice job by the Dolphins to stay with it. Another set, another spike attempt, dug out by the Dolphins. Wong with a backline kill, and it counts off for Moser. And the Dolphins with a big point there. Go up by 4, 20-16. Bump set, and now the spike attempt by Chechik. That one's dug out by the Dolphins. Now Kolinovich gets into one, and that's in at the line. And overruled is the line judge, as that will be a point for City College. So line judge had it as in. He was overruled by the court umpire. That's what they're there for. 20-17, CCNY with the lead. That's a big point. Let's see if it has any impact on the swing of this game and momentum. Manando to Kolinovic. Dug out nicely after it hit the top of the tape. There's a kill attempt by by Ubanwa, who's been very quiet here in the first set. And that's going to be a kill error as Nataro comes back in for the Dolphins, replacing the libero Victoria Wong. And Siobhan Granich, once again, has the serve. Steps into it, back line. Dug out nicely. Ubanwa able to bring it over. Dolphins dig it out. Now Kolinovic will have an attempt, and that's a strong kill by the senior Selma Kolinovic, who has 3 of them here in this first set. The Dolphins have their biggest lead. It's 5 points. Dolphins have gotten a healthy amount of points off the Granich service so far in the first set. That one swings towards the back line. There's the set by Zamzam, and it's put in, and that one will hit the line for a CCNY point. Head coach Juan Lopez did not like the call. Gave the line judge a long look, but either way, the Dolphins still have a 4-point lead. See if they can get a side out here, but CCNY looking for some momentum. This is Quisby. Service is in, bumped out nicely by the Dolphins. Kolinovic, who's been red hot, is able to put one near the sideline, and it was dug out, but out of bounds by Chechik. And the Dolphins back up by 5 and in good position here in game number 1. Their best server behind the line, Brittany Menando. One of 2 seniors that the Dolphins will lose at the end of the year. Dug out nicely on the back line. Zamzam with an immediate attack attempt. And CCNY is able to cut in closer here. They're down by 4. Zamzam with the service. That one looking long, and it does go out wide, as that time Mila let it sail over her head. And the Dolphins have game point here in set number 1. Rosa Marie Gonzalez will check back in for Mila. And Kolinovic serving for what could potentially be the win here in set 1. Give the Dolphins a lot of confidence going into the second set. Short serve is returned, bumped up, and the attack error by Ayu Durai, and CSI has put the finishing touch on a 25-19 win in set number 1. So the Dolphins take set 1 25-19, and at the end of one set, the Dolphins have a 1-0 lead. So while we have a break here as both teams switch sides, we'll let you know what's next for the CSI women's volleyball team. They will be right back here on Saturday against Old Westbury College. 12 noon start between CSI and Old Westbury right here at the Sports and Recreation Center. CSI and Old Westbury will only play that one game. And then after that for the Dolphins, they will go on a 8-game road trip. And things are going to be happening at the Sports and Recreation Center during that time. While the Dolphins are on their road trip, this entire CSI court that you're seeing now will be recoated with polyurethane. The logo at center court, which you're seeing on your screen, will be changed to the blue dolphin logo, the vibrant logo that we're used to seeing. So that's going to be changed. But CSI on that 8-game road trip, they'll play St. Joseph's College of Brooklyn and the College of New Rochelle on back-to-back days next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Next Tuesday, a week from this coming Tuesday, they'll play St. Joe's Long Island. They'll be on the road against Maritime College on October 2nd. October 6th, they'll play away at Mount St. Mary, and they'll have some more games. Wilkes University will be one of their stops. Baruch College and Medgar Evers on Columbus Day weekend. So the Dolphins will not return home after Saturday until October 15th, where they'll have another game against St. Joe's Brooklyn. So after Saturday's game, the Dolphins will go almost a full month without being at home. And it's something that they're used to because in the CUNY Conference, there's a lot of multi-matches. So a lot of the CUNY Conference games are played on the road each year. So Dolphins will make the most of it. And then we'll return home for 3 3 home games in 4 dates. So that's how the women's volleyball season is going to be playing out over the course of the next few weeks. CSI Sportsnet will be with you on Saturday. We get on the air at 11:45 a.m. for a 12 noon tip-off between CSI and the College of Old Westbury. So we're getting ready for set number 2. Dolphins with a 25-19 win in set 1. The Dolphins, as we mentioned in the pregame, are on a 3-game losing streak. The CCNY Beavers coming in on a 2-game winning streak, so plenty on the line between these two teams. CCNY will have the opening serve of game number 2. It will be Zamzam who will serve first. She came on late in the first set. Both teams getting their liberos into the game after a lineup check on the court. So once again, CSI Sportsnet will have the women's volleyball game on Saturday live right here, starting at 11:45 a.m. and then first serve 12 p.m. between the Dolphins and the Panthers of Old Westbury. Non-conference action. This is a big one, though. This is a conference game for both of these teams, and it could mean a great deal in the standings. Here's the first serve. Zamzam dug out by Mila. Opposite end kill attempt returned. Dolphins able to dig that one out. They'll get another opportunity here. Nataro stepping into one. Backline dig for City. And there's a big-time kill attempt, and that one is out of play. And CSI will have the opening point. Yubanwa with the kill attempt. We mentioned that Yubanwa had 68 kills on 269 attempts, but she was very quiet in that first game. Yubanwa has over 150 more kill attempts than anybody else on the roster, and yet she only had a small handful of attempts in that first game. CSI with a good attempt here. Kolanovic off the back line and a kill. And Kolanovic is enjoying a pretty good game. Here we're still in the early stages. Opening points of set number 2. The Dolphins have a 2-0 lead. CSI fell behind early in the first set, 4-1. So this is a much stronger start. Menando. Looping serve, immediately return. CSI should be able to do something with this. Reyes partially blocked, but it ends up in there for the kill. So nice job by Reyes to get it up over Chalice and Yu on the play. And just like that, they have a 3-0 advantage. Menando, line driver towards the right side. There's an ace. She picked out who she wanted to go to and was able to target it nicely, position it nicely, 4-0 Dolphins. Ayadarai is the one on the back line, buried in that corner. We'll see if Brittany goes to her again. She does. That time it is bumped up. CCNY with an attempt. It darts into CSI's end, but they're able to push it over. And CCNY with another chance. Yu. And that one's blocked. Nice block by Selma Kolanovic to interrupt the Yu kill attempt. The Dolphins have the first 5 points here, 5-0. Daliana Toussaint on the CCNY bench looking on. We'll see if she has to take a timeout here if CSI is able to string together a few more points. That one is returned by CCNY after a scramble. Oh, and the Dolphins got crossed up. Wong and Nataro bumped it. And no return that time. So CCNY, after it looked like that was almost going to be an ace for Menando, CCNY able to generate a point out of it. Nice job. And there's a low line drive serve. Very nice one as it was able to hit the paint. A sprawling Victoria Wong could not get it. And the Beavers have scored the last 2 points. It's 5-2. Rainbow serve, low back line. Kolanovic, back line attack. Dug out nicely. CCNY the other way, and Chechik hit it on the way down, and right into the net, so CSI gets themselves a 6-2 lead. CCNY looking to return that one over. They're on their last hit. They're able to do so. Menando with a nice set attempt to Nataro. Can she find space? No, it's kept up, and now we have a whistle as we have an illegal touch. And the Dolphins once again go up by 5, 7-2. And Kolanovic will have the serve here. Dolphins got up to a 5-0 start here in set number 2. Zamzam to Chechik. That was partially blocked over Gonzalez and Reyes, so CCNY able to disrupt the flow here and cut this lead to 7-3. And that one is served into the net by Yu, so the Dolphins get a break here and go up by 5 the easy way. Victoria Wong will serve here in the third position for the Dolphins. Takes her time, surveys the CCNY court, and now gets into this one. Positions back line. CCNY has to scramble for it, but there's an ace for Victoria Wong. Victoria, the captain of this team, coming in with 10 aces and 5 service errors. A 2-to-1 ratio there. She's doing very well for herself. CSI with their biggest lead, 9-3. Ubanwa with a kill attempt, dug out nicely by Menando. CSI continues to play it, but Granich hits it too strong the opposite way. And it's 9-4. That last 6-point lead matched CSI's biggest lead of the entire match. They ended up winning the first set by 6. Now they're up by 5. And there is a whistle as we have a line fault. Good job by the line judge to survey, as going over the line on that serve was Annalie Chalice, the junior. And Vanessa Reyes will now have her turn as Chalice comes out of the game. CSI with their biggest lead of the night, 6 points. And that one drops in there for another ace for Vanessa. CSI with their biggest lead, 7 points, 11-4. Still no timeout taken by CCNY. There's another line drive serve, drops in there. CCNY doing well to bump it up. And Chechik is able to drop it in right in front of Kolanovic and Wong. So they get themselves a much needed point to break up the CSI momentum. 11-5. Chechik will be the server for the Beavers. Tries to put one opposite way. Nicely dug out by Reyes. Now Granich will have a turn. That one dug out nicely as well by the Beavers the other way. CCNY forced to just hit it over. Let's see if CSI can take advantage. Granich puts it home for the kill. 12-5 is our score. Some confusion with who the server is for CSI, but it is going to be Mila. Sandy making the start tonight for the Dolphins. That one's bumped up. CCNY, Ubanwa able to nurse it over the net for the kill. And it cuts CSI's lead to 12-6. In case you joined us late, CSI winning the first set 25-19. A game in which they had to come back to do it. Quisby with the serve, bumped up by the Dolphins. Granich will have a turn at it. Off the blocker's hands, but dug out nicely by the Beavers. Hit up, Menando. Backline attack by Reyes. Dug out cleanly. Yu tries to punch it up, but she fans on it. The Dolphins will get it back. 13-6. CSI had not beaten the Beavers in 13 straight matches dating back to 2000 prior to their win in November of last year. And they're looking good here as Siobhan Granich with another ace. So Siobhan, who came into this match with 3 aces on the entire year, has 3 in this match alone. So nice job by Siobhan, the junior from Albany High School in Albany, New York. CSI biggest lead of the evening, 14-6. Siobhan gets into one on the back line, but that one's too strong and out of play. A couple of Beavers in the vicinity almost offered at it, but hesitated right at the last second. Zamzam back at the top of the order will do the serving as CCNY will get a substitution into the game. It's Camila Franco Diaz replacing Cassidy Iannariello. Franco Diaz is also a freshman from New York City. Bumped up and straight over. The Dolphins able to dig it out. Nice job by Wong. And Menando will have a chance to attack. And it is put down, and there's going to be a point for the Dolphins as going to have a violation called against the Beavers. They want an explanation. Perhaps a carry whistle there, but either way, the Dolphins with the lead. And the countdown begins. 10 more points to try and put away set number 2 and take a commanding 2-0 edge. Chechik bumps it up. The Beavers forced to play it over. See if the Dolphins could use it. It's Kolanovic up over you and getting it down. Selma has been dominating there in the middle, and this is exactly where she wants to be with Brittany serving, and CCNY has asked for timeout. So the Dolphins with their biggest lead of the evening, 9 points, 16-7. We hope that you were with us yesterday when we saw the CSI men's soccer team take a 6-1 victory over New Jersey City University for CSI. It was their first victory of the season. They improved to 1-6. The CSI men's soccer team is back in action on Saturday at 1 o'clock. They will face the CUNY defending champs, Baruch College, at 1 o'clock at the Metropolitan Oval in Nazbeth, New York. And for CSI and Baruch, the last 3 years, Baruch has defeated CSI in the CUNY playoffs. So coming into the season, there was no bigger game on the schedule for CSI men's soccer than the game against Baruch College, and they'll get a chance to avenge that postseason loss Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Remember, we will have the CSI women's volleyball game here on Sportsnet, but of course, what better way to keep tabs with CSI athletics than to cheer on the CSI men's soccer team in Queens, and of course on your cell phones checking out CSI women's volleyball. So we return to action here with Menando serving. Back line, it will be returned and in play, dug out by Wong. Reyes is able to put it in for the kill, as partially getting a piece was Yu, but it bounced down in front of her own net. The Dolphins have a double-digit lead, 17-7. They have looked very crisp here. Menando, back line, and that one does go out of play, not touched by the Beavers. So a serve error that time by Menando, but CCNY very close to touching that one. Ayadarai with the serve, bumped up by Wong, set by Menando. Reyes with an attempt, nice kill on the back line, but it is kept alive by the Beavers and put over. Kolanovic stepping into one and jamming it home off the assist from Menando, a nice pass. And now Kolanovic will have the serve with CSI back up by 10. Rosa Marie Gonzalez has checked in for CSI about midway into the second set. Kolanovic will serve, puts one on the back line, and that one's misplayed by Quisby. And another service ace for the Dolphins. It's 19-8. And that one is out of play, so CCNY will get it back. Serve up over. Rosemarie Gonzalez plays it. Bumped up. Ubanwe kills it in. Nice job by Nataro to get to the loose ball. But it was all in vain. And now you will have the serve. CCNY cutting the lead down to 9. Played off of the net. Rosemarie Gonzalez able to shove it back, but CCNY doing well to bring it over. Gonzalez another kill attempt. Dug out nicely. Zamzam the assist attempt. Chechik did get it over, and now Reyes pops one over. And that one falls into space. The Dolphins have doubled up on the Beavers 20-10. Victoria Wong now with 5 points left for CSI. That's a nice serve near the corner, but dug out nicely. Popped right back up. Menando. Here comes a backline attack by Wong. Dug out by Quisby. Ubanwe tries to nurse one over, and she does, and that's the second or third time that Angela Ubanwe has used that soft touch to get it over and find space. So nice job. Ayana Riello will return and serve for City College, replacing Franco Diaz. This will be the one and only meeting between these two teams this season. Obviously, they could meet again in the playoffs. Wong, another backline attack, and that one will go out of play. So CCNY cuts the lead to 8. Ayana Riello with another serve here. Puts one back line. Reyes plays. Menando to Granich. Dug out nicely. Chechik. Back line. Siobhan Granich will do it over. Another dig on that back line for City College. Now Ubanwe puts one into empty space on the back line. And that cuts the lead to 7. So Ubanwe a couple of times has just nursed one over for the kill, and that time she went to the back line and was able to bury one as well. So nice job by the sophomore. Plenty of talent from Midwood High School in Brooklyn, New York. Here's the St. Joseph by the Sea product with the serve. It's put up, and Reyes will have herself a kill attempt. Dug out cleanly. Chechik plays one over. See if CSI could use this one. It's Granich into the net. And just like that, CCNY has cut the lead now down to 6, 20-14. And they have scored the last 4 points in this game. All off of the service of Ayana Riello. Wong able to field cleanly. Menando is going to get called for hitting into the net. Actually, she got called for 2 touches, so that's a ball handling error by Menando. And now we're going to have a timeout, and not too soon for Juan Lopez, who has seen his team give up the last 5 points. And the Dolphins still have a 5-point lead, but perhaps a little too close for comfort. Dolphins have led by as many as 11, and now they have seen that lead diminish down to 5. So 20-15 is our score here in set 2. This is a best of 5. The Dolphins won the first set, 25-19. CCNY trying to knot things up, and they have a long way to go, but they did cut the CSI lead down to half, so maybe this timeout just as good for them as it is for Staten Island, because it's a chance for them to regroup and say, okay, we've got 5, now we can get 5 more. And for the Dolphins, it's a chance to recollect themselves and find their winning volleyball ways back. They've gotten some chances. CCNY has done a nice job of digging out some would-be attack attempts, and they'll look to string together a few more. Ayana Riello will be the server. Right-handed serve, drops in short to Reyes, and now Granich will take a turn at it. Once again, dug out nicely. Now Chechik puts one into the net for the Beavers, and the attack error gives CSI back the 6-point lead, 21-15. And Reyes will have the serve. She served very well here tonight. See if she can keep up the good work. And that's another low line driver. Good serve. Put right back into play by Zamzam. Menando to Granich. Back line dug out by Quisby. Ubanwe again looking to thread one over. And again successful. So that kill attempt by Ubanwe has had a lot of success here in the second set. That's the third time she has kind of dropped one in right over the front line. So making up perhaps for the lack in size. Ubanwa only 5'6". Cecic with a low serve, and that one finds empty space. Reyes got there late, and now what was once a 10-point lead is down to 4 as CCNY has taken a 7-1 run. This is Cecic. That was a low serve. We'll see if she goes back there. Reyes able to get a piece. CSI has to put it over. They do. That's trouble for the Beavers. They've got to now scramble to get it over, and they do. Poor pass that time by Reyes, was able to get over. CSI has to put one over. Ubanwe with a block attempt, but it comes up short, and the Dolphins, via the block error, will have themselves back a 5-point lead, 22-17. We have a substitution as Sandy Mila comes back in for Rosa Marie Gonzalez. And she will be the server here. 22-17 is our score. And that one is into the net for an error by Mila. And CCNY looking to capitalize here. They've worked their way back into this one and have made it interesting. After being down 20-10, they've reduced the lead to 4. Quisby with the serve. Pass to Menando, and she's able to attack cleanly and put it off of Yu's fingertips and out of play. And that puts the Dolphins back up by 5, so 2 more points for the Dolphins to take a 2-0 edge in this match. Granich, who has served well in this game, puts it on the back line. CCNY's Yu will try to drop one over. Bumped out by Notaro. Here comes Selma Kolinovic. Dug out nicely. Another attack by Kolinovic, and that one drops in for a kill. The Dolphins have point game here in set number 2. Up by 6, a comfortable lead for them, 24-18. Siobhan Granich, I should say, will do the serving. Bump right back up, dug out nicely by the Dolphins, but it was in play, and the Dolphins get point number 25 in a tough way, and they take a 25-18 win here in set 2, and now the Dolphins with a commanding 2-0 lead over the Beavers, and they are looking good and in prime position here to possibly take this one in straight sets. Of course, we mentioned men's soccer during our last time out in between games. May as well mention women's soccer. They had a pretty big win yesterday, I would think, 14-0 over Medgar Evers College, a team that's struggling mightily in the CUNY Conference this season. But nevertheless, CSI able to get hat tricks from Danielle Alexandrini, goals number 6, 7, and 8 on the season for her. And goals numbers 1, 2, and 3 for Jessica Quiros for her first hat trick of her career. The Dolphins beating Medgar Evers 14-0, and they improved to 5-1 on the season on a 2-game win streak. And the CSI Dolphin women's team will be in the Bronx this weekend, 2 o'clock against Lehman College as they continue their CUNYAC conference play. So plenty of action going on this weekend, and we should mention as well that the CSI men's and women's cross-country teams will be running at the Bard College Invitational. So CSI has 6 teams that are playing in the fall, and 5 of them will be in action on Saturday. So much to report on Saturday, and so much to, of course, watch and see and take advantage of. And CSI Sportsnet will have one of those matches. That'll be the volleyball game between CSI and Old Westbury right here live from the Sports and Recreation Center. So excited to bring it to you, and We look forward to welcoming you all in again for a exciting Saturday here at the Sports and Rec Center. And of course, we will continue with coverage of men's and women's soccer and women's volleyball all season long. Next week on Sportsnet, we only have one broadcast to bring you, and that'll be on Wednesday, when the CSI women's soccer team will be hosting York College right here at the CSI Soccer Complex. For the Dolphins, that would, at the time, will be their third straight CUNYAC Conference game. Remember, they're playing Lehman this weekend, and then, of course, they will play York College. And just speaking about women's soccer for a moment, they have a 25-game unbeaten streak in the CUNY Athletic Conference. The Dolphins are 24-0-1 in their last 25 CUNYAC regular season games. That includes the win last night over Medgar. And then, of course, they travel to Lehman. So if CSI is able to win or tie this Saturday against Lehman, then they will take a 26-game unbeaten streak into their game against York. So we are getting set for set number 3 between the Dolphins and the Beavers. Dolphins back on the right side of the court. They will have the first serve with Brittany Manondo. Dolphins are up 2-0 in case you joined us late. 25-19, 25-18 were the final scores. They were up at one point by 11 points in that second set. And now Manondo's first serve hits the top of the tape and dribbles in past Ubanwa. So if you ask Brittany, she'll say that she meant to do that, but it all counts the same. And she'll take that one for sure. 1-0 Dolphins with the lead. That's a low-line driver. Back end, and now some miscommunication between Quisby and Ayana Riello. And the Dolphins, via 2 straight aces, are up 2-0 here in the third set. Manondo. Backliner once more. Bumped up by Zamzam. Ubanwe puts one over. CSI will get an opportunity here, and Notaro did not strike that one cleanly. Got a piece of it on the way down. And Mag Zamzam will be the server here. She is a sophomore. And that one paints the line and in. And that one just did stay in. Inside, of course, the wire. And just like that, it's 2-2, and 3 out of the first 4 points have been via the ace for both of these teams. Here's another big serve by Zamzam. Dug out. Manondo, Nataro, and dug out cleanly by Quisby. CCNY has to put it over. They do successfully. Manondo to Kolanovic, who's been red hot tonight. Dug out well. And now Ubanwe looking on the back line, able to be dug out again by the Dolphins. They throw it over. Big opportunity here for City College. Ubanwe, another big kill attempt. And that one hits home. And the Beavers have their first lead since the first set. It's 3-2. Zamzam attended Numer American College in Egypt before coming over. And that one is in play, tapped over, but the Beavers continue to play it. And that one hits the top of the tape and back for Ayadurai. Rosa Marie Gonzalez will replace Mila in the lineup for CSI, and Kolanovic has the serve with the score 3 apiece. Just gets over, and both teams have to play it over now, and CCNY plays it out of play, and the Dolphins have it. 4-3 lead once more. CCNY winning their last 2 matches. They beat Albertus Magnus at home 3-1, and they went on the road and beat Medgar Evers 3-0. But that winning streak is in jeopardy here tonight. Ubanwe with the kill attempt. It's dug out by the Dolphins and hit over successfully. CCNY will have another opportunity. Ayudarai puts it up. Dolphins dig it out. Nataro has a chance. CCNY once again plays it cleanly. Ubanwe Blocked down by Gonzalez, but still in play. Ayudarai dug out by the Dolphins. Nataro with a chance, puts it on the back line. Very long volley here. Ubanwe with another chance. And she hits that one off of Menando for the kill. Probably the longest volley of the evening, as that one went up and over several times. Irish Varsha Ayudarai with the serve. And Rosemarie Gonzalez could not come through with the kill that time, so the Beavers once again have a lead. It's 5-4. Biggest lead of this game for either team has been 2. So it's been back and forth here in the early stages. And no miscommunication there, as Gonzalez was late getting to the ball for CSI. And for the first time in a long while, the Beavers have themselves more than a 1-point lead. It's 6-4. Menando able to pass, and CSI able to get it over. Zamzam to Ubanwe, and now we have a block error. Not quite sure who that was called on, but the block error assessed, and the Beavers have their 3-point lead now, 7-4. They've scored the last 4 points. Back line, dug up. Nataro in a good place at a good time, puts that one over, but Ubanwe has a chance and kills that one home. And now the score is 8-4 CCNY. And the 4-point lead for CCNY for the first time since the early stages of the first set. Their biggest lead was 5. That one bounced straight up in the air, right back onto the Beavers side. They have another chance here. Bozer with the attack. Goes over, and Bozer cannot play it cleanly. So opportunity misfired on for Bozer, and the CSI trail now 5-8, just 3 points. Victoria Wong is the server, the libero. Puts it over. Miscommunication in the back line between Bozer and Quisby. And the Dolphins have reduced the lead to 2. And CCNY has called timeout. So that time, Daliana Toussaint, the head coach for City College, wants to talk things over before her team perhaps loses the lead. But the 4-point lead has now been cut in half to 2. And Toussaint wants to see her team better focused and stringing together some quality points. On paper, this match was pretty much a toss-up. These two teams had split the season series last year, 1 game apiece. They've played similarly here through the first 2.5 weeks of the season. And CCNY, even though they dropped their first 8 games of the season, they have played some tough teams. Haverford College, Salisbury University, where they were held to single digits. New Paltz was a game in which the most points they scored in a set was 13. Stevenson, the most points they scored was 10 in a game. Summit University, they lost in 5 games. They lost to Hunter in 3 straight. They lost to Lehman, so perhaps of all the CUNY teams, CCNY has had the toughest schedule to open up the season. We resume action. The Dolphins up by 2. Wong with the serve. Ubanwe threads it over. Both teams play over. CCNY has to get it over here, and Quisby does. Big opportunity. Granich puts one into the net, and it's now 9-6 Beavers. Ubanwe will be the server. This season, 8 aces and 6 errors for Ubanwe. Drops in. Menando. There is the bump attempt up for Granich. Bumped up once again by Bozer. She'll get it back to get the kill attempt, and she does put that one in for the point. So CCNY matches their biggest lead of the entire match, 11-6. And ironically, they had the same exact lead in the first set before CSI rallied back. And that one is out of play for a serve error, and the Dolphins have now cut the lead to 4. If you're the Dolphins, you'd like to continue to keep your foot on the gas here. Bumped up. Zamzam over to Polanco, who had checked in. CSI keeps it together, and that one drops in for a kill by Granich. And the Dolphins now have cut the lead down to 3, 11-8. If you're in the Dolphins, once again, you want to continue the momentum here. No errors if you're Juan Lopez's team. Reyes steps in. Quisby. Now Bozer, partially blocked by the Dolphins. They'll continue to play it. Victoria Wong will attack from the back. Polanco puts one over. Manondo over to Granich. Drops it in. Nicely dug out by Quisby and put over immediately by CCNY. Tough pass there by the Dolphins, and that one able to go through, and the Dolphins miscommunicate again, Gonzalez and Granich. And that ball was just bouncing around every which way. Neither team able to really settle it down, but a big point. And that's a point for the Dolphins as we have another substitution here. Mila taking out Gonzalez. And Mila here, down by 3, will have the serve. And that one is going to be in there for an ace for Mila, as that went off of the fists of Quisby. And CSI has cut the once 5-point lead down to 2. It's 12-10. Dolphins have scored 4 out of the last 5 points. Zamzam the assist, and that one will go out of play. And CCNY off of the kill error, back up by 3. Bumped up. Manondo to Reyes. Reyes with an attack, and that was kept alive by Boza. We'll see if CCNY can get it over. They will. Nice job by the Beavers. Manondo bounces it up to Granich, and she hits it off the top of the tape and right back. So it's 14-10. So the Dolphins, who had cut the Beavers' lead down to 2, have now seen it go back up to 4. We'll see if the Dolphins can regain some momentum here. Bozer is the server. She goes opposite way, hit straight over again. Manondo to Kolanovic, slams it home, and that will be a point for the Dolphins. Kolanovic has played really well in the front line for the Dolphins. Don't have her official numbers, but she's got to be up near 6-7 kills for the night, easily leading the team in that department, as Granich will be our server. Long serve is out of play by about 1.5 feet. And again, it puts the Beavers back up by 4. And the Dolphins, again, when you're down by 3 or 4 points, you got to be very careful about making sure that you limit the errors. Quisby, good serve, off balance, and Manondo was able to put one up over. CCNY does the same. Nataro with an opportunity, dug out by Quisby. Ubanwe can't get it through Kolanovic. They continue play. Uriadai kept in by the Dolphins. Wong is able to play it over. Nice job by both teams. Ubanwe blocked partially by Kolanovic. Opposite side, Nataro. Dolphins successful at getting it over. Ayudarai able to put it off of the CSI blockers. And the Beavers have matched their biggest lead of the night, 5 points. 16-11. Menando to Kolanovic. Another nice kill for Kolanovic. And if you're the Dolphins, you have to think that you'd be going right back to Kolanovic each and every time. She has been hot in this game, and really the Beavers have not shown that they can block her at this point. As Kolanovic has been able to block that right side, that right attacking side. Menando, back line serve, up, and Kolanovic drops it in there again. Nice dig that time. CSI able to continue play. Kolanovic again, and that one is out of play, off of the block. So Ubanwe did get the block clean, but it was blocked out of play. So the Dolphins have now responded again and have cut the lead to 3. Menando surveying the scene, and that time is into the net. So another unforced error for the Dolphins gives CCNY back the point, 17-13. Mag Zamzam will serve for City, and that one is into the net. So the Beavers give it right back, and it's now 17-14 as Rosa Marie Gonzalez returns. With Kolanovic serving. Kolanovic has had an excellent game here for the Dolphins. There's the serve. Short, but kept in play by the Beavers. Bozer will bring it up. Dolphins will get an opportunity here. Rosa Marie putting one on the back line and in. Nice job by Rosa Marie Gonzalez. And the Dolphins, for the 3rd time, have reduced a 5-point lead down to 2. But they haven't been able to get over this hump. Let's see if the Dolphins can manufacture a string of points. Kolanovic puts that one over. Cleanly played. Zamzam to Ubanwe. Great dig by Menando. CSI forced to play it over. They do. Ubanwe again. And the block that time stays in play and on CSI's side. So CCNY back up by 3. Got to give the Beavers credit, too. Every time they've seen their lead dwindle down to 2, they've been able to rally back and get it back up to 4 or 5 points. Now, Yedurai's serve hits into the net, and it will be Victoria Wong with the serve. Once again, CSI with a golden opportunity here with the serve. Down by 2. Looking to end this one in 3 sets. And that one's an ace that drops right in front of Quisby and Ayudarai. Here's a big point in the game and a big swing in the game. The Dolphins down by 5 at one point, now down by 1 in the closing moments. On the back line. CCNY used their 3rd shot to swing it over. Menando, Granich, dug out cleanly. Bozer now the attack for CCNY. Can the Dolphins keep it in play? They do. Quisby starts things off for the Beavers. Ubanwe, but the ball is kept alive. Little premature celebration there for the Beavers. Zamzam to Ubanwe, and it's blocked but stays in. And that'll be a point for the Beavers. That's a big point at a crucial moment in the game. So a lot of credit to the Beavers and the Dolphins battling hard to keep points together. And Ubanwe will be the server. She's been very busy in this 3rd set after a very quiet first couple of sets. Once again, 8 aces this season. That's a great serve, and that one drops in there. And that gives the Beavers a very big 3-point lead. And a timeout has been called by the Dolphins. So maybe a last gasp push here by Juan Lopez and his team. The Dolphins are up 2-0, but they're in jeopardy of dropping their first set here as CCNY is knocking on the door. The Beavers have lost 8 times this season, but in 3 of those games, they were able to take at least one set. They are 1-5 in 3-set matches. They are 1-2 in 4-set matches. They're 0-1 in 5-set matches. So they're used to playing more than 3. 4 out of their 10 matches have gone more than 3 games. Now for the Dolphins, they have had 2 of their matches go longer than 3 games out of 6. And the Dolphins have not had a match this season go more than 4 games. So if they do go to a 5th and deciding set, there's a long way to go before that happens. But if they do, it'll be new territory for the Dolphins. Ubamwe puts it over. Dolphins play it. Manando Reyes is able to get it over. CCNY with the reset. Zam just drops it in. Dolphins, can they use it? Reyes does. Over Granich, but a nice dig by the Beavers. New life. And Uriade is able to get the kill in, but that was a nice job by the Beavers to keep the play alive, especially Ayana Riello, who kept the Granich spike alive. And just like that, the Beavers have scored 3 straight. Manando to Granich, dug out nicely, but it goes out of play. And a kill for Granich puts the Dolphins back to within 3, 21-18. Dolphins need to string together points right now. Vanessa Reyes will have the opportunity here for the Dolphins. Played straight up. Zam, Bozer above the CSI front wall. This is Granich. And miscommunication as Bozer was late getting to that one. And the Dolphins have cut the lead now down to 2, 21-19. Crowd starting to get into it here at CSI. Comprised of a lot of men's soccer players who happy to be coming off a big win over New Jersey City yesterday. Vanessa Reyes drops one over. Zam. Polanco. Dug out by the Dolphins. Manando to Gonzalez off the tape. Kept in play. Quisby to Bozer. Back line. Dug out by the Dolphins. Another attempt. Granich. Nice, powerful attack attempt, but dug out. Immediate overthrow. Dolphins able to play it. They have to send it over. Wong does it. Quisby with another dig. Polanco. Reyes with a dig. Granich puts a hard liner over. Bozer, again another dig. Dolphins have to get to it, and they cannot. As both teams not giving up on the play, scrambling all over to make plays. But it's the Beavers who win the point, 22-19, and another timeout, and the final timeout by the Dolphins here in the 3rd set. So 22-19, Beavers with the lead. The Beavers have not won a set here in this game, but if they should win this one, they make it a 2-1 game with momentum on their side. It's got to be a big lift for them, but they still have to score 3 more. The one team that we haven't spoken about on our broadcast is the women's tennis team, and if you haven't checked out the women's tennis team yet this season, you've been missing out. The CSI Dolphins are the defending CUNY champions. They're 5-0 this season, and they took a big 5-3 win over Farmingdale State yesterday in a game that started outside and then finished inside due to darkness. Dolphins winning that 5-3. Dolphins' next game is against St. Joe's, Long Island, next Tuesday on the road, and then they return home for a big matchup against Hunter College, a rematch of last year's championship. Granich puts one over CSI's end. Now it's Bozer, blocked down, but CCNY keeps it in play. Bozer again, drops it, and CSI able to keep it in play. So do the Beavers. Go back and forth. Bozer with another opportunity, and there's a carry by Zam. But another very well-earned point for the Dolphins. And both teams have really been doing a good job of earning their points. Not a lot of unforced errors, and both teams really playing crisp here. Dolphins really pushing to get back into this one. They've trailed pretty much the whole way. They're down by 2. Zamzam to Polanco on the back line. It is out of play, and the Dolphins are back down to within 1, 22-21. They were down 21-17 at one point, so they've scored 4 out of the last 5. Mila with a big serve upcoming. The freshman in a big spot. Drops one into the back line. Zamzam. Immediately returned by the Dolphins. They battle. Reyes settles it down. This is Granich. Opposite way, and it is in for the point. And we are tied at 22. Nice job by the Dolphins, who've scored 5 out of the last 6. And now City College has taken their final timeout. And we have 3 points to go. Remember, teams have to win by 2. And the Dolphins have scored 5 out of the last 6 points to tie this game at 22. CCNY not taking long on their timeout, just under 30 seconds. So head coach Toussaint just wants to get her team refocused and repositioned here. Not overly debating or laboring over decisions. CSI breaks their huddle a little bit later, and Mila's getting ready to serve again. Another big spot for the freshman. Sandy Mila. Nice line drive serve, and we'll see CSI get to it. They will not. And the Dolphins have their first lead since the opening couple of points. They've scored 6 out of the last 7 and are up 23-22. Another big serve coming up here from Mila on the back line. And that one is going to go sprawling out. Another ace for Mila. And the Dolphins have game point. Nice job by the Dolphins. They've scored 7 of the final 8 points, and they have game point here. Now, we've seen some strange things happen. The Dolphins have to try and finish. They'll have 2 opportunities to do it. Match point for Mila. Paints the corner. Kept in by CCNY. Bozer forced to play it over. Dolphins could use this as a good opportunity. It is Selma Kolanovic who buries it in for the game-winning kill, and who better to do it than Kolanovic, who's had a tremendous game. And the Dolphins score 8 of the final 9 points in the third set to take a 25-22 win in set number 3 and a 3-0 win here in this one. And for the Dolphins, perhaps most importantly, they move their record up to 3-4 overall, and they get their first win in the CUNY, 1-3 overall. For CCNY, they see their 2-game winning streak put to an end. They fall to 2-9 overall and 1-3 in the CUNY. And what this also does is it creates a much tighter race in the CUNY conference standings. Obviously, John Jay and York are also playing and are in action tonight. But potentially, there could be a 4-place tie for 5th place after today's events. So plenty to look at in the standings if you're following at home and following other scores within the CUNY. So once again, our final note here, the CSI women's volleyball team will be back in action on Saturday. They will face Old Westbury at 12 noon. It's a single game. And the Dolphins will play at 12, 11:45 start time here on the air with CSI Sportsnet. So be sure to check us out for that one. And after that, they will go on an 8-game road swing. So once again, the CSI Dolphins winning this one 3-0. They defeat CCNY 25-19, 25-18, and 25-22. So for all of us here at CSI Sportsnet, I'm David Pizzuto wishing you a very good night. Once again, your final score is CSI 3, CCNY nothing. We thank you for joining us right here on CSI Sportsnet. And